I was asked by a fellow I shoot with sometimes, an acquaintance of mine, about what I carry and why. So I decided I'd make a video on it in answer to his question. I happen to live in a constitutional carry state, but I do have a concealed carry permit just for the states, other states I'm able to carry in that have reciprocity with the state I'm in. Also, it allows me to purchase gun without a background check, since I've already been through the concealed carry background check, which is much more comprehensive, and so I'm allowed to purchase a gun just by filling out the form and still going through the process, everything, but having to wait for the call-in check. First of all, I'll say all guns have been safety checked and verified empty. And we'll start with the largest one, work our way down to the smallest one, which is also the same order and probably the frequency that I carry them. Everyone should go out and test guns on their own, find out what works the best for them, and that's what I've done over the years. And I've been shooting most of my life, having been raised on a ranch, carried guns since I was probably 15 years old regularly. The first guns I carried were 1911 style guns, and so that's why I kind of tend to carry guns that are following that style. I don't have a Glock. I don't care the way Glocks fit my hand. I can't shoot them well. So my first choice in the large service gun that I carry in the wintertime, when I have lots of clothing on and can conceal it well, and also if I open carry, if I'm out around hunting and need a backup gun, this is what I would carry. It's a Springfield XD45 service pistol, and it does have the safety on it. Much like a 1911, has a grip safety, and it also has the trigger safety too. This is my preferred gun. I shoot it very well. It's never misfired. I have, I don't know, maybe 5,000 rounds through it. I've only had one failure chamber, and that was simply because of its of being a out of spec factory round. Wouldn't chamber in any other gun either. So the wear is slight on it. It's held up very well, considering it's 6 years now in the holster by my side, off and on. Talon rubberized grips on it, but that's my choice. It's similar to a Glock, but the grip angle's different. The whole total feel of it is different, and this is my preferred firearm for like I say, open carry, or if I have lots of bulky clothing on that I'm able to carry it in. Just a simple Ross holster. I've probably had this as long as I've had the pistol. It hasn't worn out. It's got some wear on it, obviously, and very fine holster in my opinion. And the second one is my M&P Shield. This gun gets carried a lot. When I have light clothing on, I can carry it in this holster. I don't even know what it is. The holster store from Florida, it looks like. Very similar to the Ross holster, except for it's a paddle style. Still has the retention on it. Again, this has also been safety checked. If we can get it to dry out. Also have a laser on this gun. This is sets by the bedside. This is one of my most used guns. I've had it 4 years, I believe, and it's also got some wear on it, as you can see, but still functions perfect. Probably have 2,000 rounds through this gun, I would suspect. Pierce grip extensions on it. Again, it is empty, of course. This one's also been safety checked. This one I also can carry in Incidentally, it's in 9mm. This is a Old Faithful in the waistband, inside the pants type holster. These guys, I bought a holster from them many years ago. When I first bought the pistol, wore it out basically, and they replaced it. And at that time I didn't have a laser on it. They sent me one with a laser on it, the capability of carrying it with the laser. So fantastic company. As far as I'm no way associated with them, it just happens to be my favorite in the waistband type holster. Very easy to adjust to your tastes, but that's my preference for I'd call it a mid-sized. They are considered a compact pistol, but it's still quite a bit larger than what I consider my compact pistol, which is the next one there. And that, of course, is the Ruger LCP. And this is my newest firearm also. This is the hardest one I've had to come up with a reliable and easy for me to shoot pistol. It replaced the North American Arms Mini Revolver and .22 Magnum that I carried absolutely everywhere, but every 50 rounds it had to go back to the factory to have a barrel replaced because the firing pin would work loose. This Ruger has only about 100 rounds through it. That's how new it is. I run with the factory extensions, the little, I wouldn't call it a pinky extension. It's proven to be perfectly reliable. I had to put a little red paint on the front sight, even though this is the, we'll call it the second generation of Rugers. The first generation had the longer trigger pull and even smaller sights than this later version does. I believe 2013 is when they came out with these. And .380 auto. Of course, I consider it a sufficient caliber, better than the .22 Magnum with 5 shots, single action that I had there. Of course, this is also single action, but you don't have to cock the hammer on this one. So that is my preferred every day. Goes in the pocket in my little homemade style pocket holster. And if you do carry in the pocket, do make sure you use a holster to cover the trigger with. And the North American Arms was also carried in my pocket the same way, but just did not have any reliability to it, I'm afraid, in that caliber in the .22 Magnum. Whereas the .380 auto in this caliber, this has proven to be my favorite firearm in that caliber. I've had others. Most recent was a Burst of Thunder. Found the recoil very snappy on that gun compared to this one. This one is absolutely wonderful to shoot. Highly recommend trying one of these out if you're seeking something very compact, very slim, and seems so far, even though I don't have a huge round count through it, it's proven to be very reliable. So there you go, the .380 auto and the 9mm. And then, of course, the .45 ACP, my favorite caliber, and one of my favorite guns too. Extremely accurate, even after all this time and all these rounds. Been a wonderful gun. So, try them out, see what you desire, what you prefer. Don't take my advice on them, but go to the range, rent them, have friends that borrow them, that have them, borrow them, or shoot them with them. Find out what fits your hand and what you can shoot the best. So it's a fun process. It's a learning process. You'll learn how to handle many firearms. So have fun with it, and and find the one that works best for you. Thanks for watching.